The victims' hope for reversing the loss is only but an illusion, considering the volume of the water and the time before the season ends. The only hope apparently is intervention through relief assistance, a task they look up to both government and NGO agencies to execute on their behalf. For Grts News, I am Mohamed Jamal Sise.
Stay Green Foundation, a local NGO based in the North Bank region, has partnered with the communities of Ndofan and Misranding to plant over 2,000 mahogany seedlings in the Misranding Community Forest Park. The ambitious forest regeneration exercise in the region, as Babakar Kamara reports, forms part of the government's drive to plant 1 million trees across the country by 2015.
For past 16 years, we have established woodlots in 23 communities in both the lower and the upper Nyomas.
The 16-year-old Green Revolve organization was born out of an intensive advocacy campaign to regain the lost glory of our forest covers, particularly in the North Bank region, where deforestation is on the rise.
When we are talking of food security, when we are talking of environmental conservation, when we are talking of climate change, all these things are within. And without the forest, without the tree, there will be negative impacts of climate change, there will be food insecurity, there will be environmental degradation.
The rural project currently have over 250,000 nursery seedlings as part of a project-based system meant to complement government's ambition of planting 1 million trees across the country by 2015.
This is a project we intend to work on for the benefit of our children and grandchildren. We have committed ourselves to ensure the survival of these trees. And we assure you, we will come first in this project by Stay Green Foundation.
We got the information late, but otherwise you will meet a formidable crowd. We are happy to participate in this exercise, which is to our own benefit.
Recalling the numerous problems they encounter with construction of their houses, beneficiaries hailed the efforts of Stay Green Foundation. Adding the planting of tree species such as mahogany, we reward them financially within the very near future.
We find it difficult even to construct our houses because of timber. Therefore, we are doing the planting exercise for the future of our children.
Efforts of the local Green Advocacy Association did not only benefit Misranding, as the community of Ndofan stand out as one of its greatest project sites, inundated with cashew trees, and a 1.5-hectare nursery garden with over 350,000 seedlings. Babakar Kamara, Grts.
News from outside the Gambia is up next after this break.
Gamsel, yow yaay borom. Gamsel, ñun ñoy borom. Betax ñu ngi leen delloo ñukkal waaw bayti laay Makkatul Mukarrama. Ci at bu ne dañuy tànn fukki nit jëla yóbbu la Makk nga siyaare ji bayti laay Nabil Mustafa. ni nga ci bokke mooy dangay faral di jënd xone dala si crédit bi bu ci yàlla defee sa wërsëg di nga bokk ci fukki nit yi war a dem Makkatul Mukarrama dem siyaare ji Yonent bi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. lépp lu ci war ñoo koy def Gamsel jaaramaay Gamsel yaay borom.
Welcome back. Libya's National Transitional Council says the time for negotiations over a pro-Gaddafi stronghold is over. The council says it no longer believes the situation in Bani Walid can be solved peacefully. In the meantime, the U.S. says ousted Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi is not believed to be in a convoy that crossed into Niger. The situation in Libya is even more chaotic for immigrants who are desperate to leave Tripoli because of the color of their skin. We have more in this report.
Libya's boat people, 1,200 men, women and children who came to Libya for the jobs. They've lost everything in the unrest and found refuge under abandoned boats in a port outside of Tripoli. They are desperate to get out.
I've lost all I have. All I've worked, I've lost them. I'm homeless now. I am moneyless. I don't have anything. So I can't go back to my place. So I need the international body to do something of this ugly situation.
The International Committee of the Red Cross fears for their safety and is trying to get them out.
We are very concerned about the stigmatization of these people in Libya, mostly people from sub-Saharan African origin. We are addressing this issue at local level with the authorities and at the highest levels.
They're vulnerable because they look like the sub-Saharan mercenaries Gaddafi paid to fight against the rebels.
We are scared. Our life is not secured here.
This woman says she's seen armed men pick out women and take them away to be raped. Thousands of migrants are displaced across Libya, many of them from sub-Saharan Africa. Even though the National Transitional Council has urged its fighters to avoid revenge, human rights groups say many migrants are being imprisoned and harassed on suspicion of being mercenaries with no evidence but the color of their skin.
The UK's phone hacking scandal has put the British Prime Minister in a tight spot. David Cameron had hired a former News of the World editor to be his spokesman. At today's hearing, Mr. Cameron told lawmakers the relationship between politicians and the media needs resetting after becoming too close, but he cautioned against over-regulating the media.
Vital industry for Britain. It's a very important part of our democracy. We want it to be free, vigorous, able to uncover wrongdoing. There's a danger of the pendulum swinging too far the other way, and I think MPs have a particular responsibility because in the end, whatever Leveson comes up with, we're going to have the responsibility to legislate and put it in place.
We'll be back after this break.
la dikk na gis nga Diamond Properties ñoo indi xéewal yot nañ la bayil bu ma la waxee nga may tuddee nit ay nit dinaa la rey de bi dinaa la rey xaral ma wax la waa baax gis nga ñii ma la tuddal nii fañ génnee raful pour joxe kétab lëmma két goo xam ne dafa am 3 master bedroom amat kër ga fan la nekk mu nga Diamond Estate nekk Old Yundum déedéet ñaareeli pire bi xam nga lan la déedéet oto bu ñoo wax seri Jeep 4x4 bu bees tàq yaa koy daaji si mbuus ñetteeli price gi waaw gars yi teg nañ juróomi ticket ab Angleterre yoo xam ne boo amut visa wala bëgguloo dem Angleterre ñu yot la xaalis gi ñeneenteeli price ñaari junne juróomi téeméer ab Angale ci ñaari téeméeri nit ñu gagné juróomeeli price gi junneb saakob maale ñu jox ko junneb nit ku ne benn saakob maalo génneel téeméer ab Angale rek jënd ticket gi te xam nga lu ci gën a neexam boo jëndee ticket gi waaw ba pare fañam time yoo xam ne fa ñoo nekk si télé gi di def panel discussion nit ñi di oote gi nga boo ootee bañ la na allo waaw gañe ne la allo rek sala ama Diamond Properties mooy bolom doole xamul ndànk.
Time for a quick recap of the headlines before the end of the news. President Jammeh has expressed his satisfaction with the turnout registered in meetings during this year's dialogue with the People's Tour and vows to reward the sacrifice of communities with more development. The National Water and Electricity Company is set to roll out a $22 million electricity project in the settlement of Abuko. Black immigrants in Tripoli are on a mass exodus out of the Libyan capital in a desperate attempt to escape targeted persecution. And British Prime Minister David Cameron has warned against patronizing relations between politicians and the media in a sustained attempt to clear his name in the phone hacking scandal. Just a reminder that you can follow the day's stories and all the GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you'll also have the opportunity to monitor GRTS Radio Live. That's the end of the news at 10. Thanks for watching and do have a pleasant night.
You move, I shift my own. Oh, oh, oh.